Have you ever wanted to create your own species and evolve?
Boo!
Have you ever wanted to create your own species and evolve it through millions of years?
Boo! Oh my god, boo.
Have you ever wanted... You know what? Fuck this. I'm done. Have you ever wanted to make your own species and then evolve it throughout millions of years? No? Well, you're going to anyways. This is Spore, the game where you do what I just said. Spore came out for the PC in 2008. It's more or less a god game with an RPG mix and some RTS thrown in. There are so many different ways of playing because there are 5 different stages. Cell, Creature, Tribal, Civilization, and Space. You progress through each stage by completing various objectives as the stages get harder and more complex. You can also stay in a single stage for as long as you want to complete all the objectives or collect all the collectibles. You first choose to name your planet, then watch as a meteor strikes into the ocean of your planet, spawning life. Or something. And thus, cells are born. This thing. This is a cell. There are 2 ways to play the first level. You can be a carnivore or a herbivore. Being a carnivore is more aggressive and consists of eating meat chunks laying around or hunting smaller cells, but you can get eaten. Or you can be a herbivore and be passive. Oh hey man, what's up? Oh shit! And then still get eaten. Eating your choice of meat or plant increases the progress bar and earns DNA points. You spend DNA points to get different body parts for your cell. Different mouths for eating different things, defense or offensive weapons, and various speed limbs. You collect more by either eating other cells or finding them in meteorite shards. While filling up the progress bar, you grow in size. Who's the big man now, huh? We must do battle. Yeah. Yeah! The first level is very addictive, but once you fill the progress bar and are satisfied with your cell, you can move on to the creature stage. The creature stage starts with the creature of your evolved cell going on land. And... perfect! On land, you have the open world to explore with your newly acquired legs. Like in the cell stage, the main goal is to progress farther and earn a bigger brain. You accomplish this by continuing your carnivore or herbivore ways, although now you can be an omnivore. There are different species all over, some weaker and some much stronger. Nibbly Jimbles! Ah, fuck you, Nibbly Jimbles. The controls are as you would expect. WASD of the mouse to move, and simple on-screen commands or the number keys to attack. A new element for the creature stage is choosing if you want to try and charm or intimidate the other species. Charm for the herbivores and less aggressive player, and intimidate for the aggressive kill-everything player. I'm the latter. Hooray, we're singing! Fuck it, I'm eating you. Nom nom. Battles and charming are done with a turn-based style where you have to wait and use each move to either match or overpower the other species. You bring up the customization screen by mating. Oh, he's got the moves! Like in the cell stage, you can get upgraded limbs, but the number of things to collect has increased drastically. There are tons of different mouths, eyes, legs, claws, weapons, and details, all of which have their advantages for you and your prospective class of choice, so the amount of customization is nearly endless with the more parts you find. I'm a dragon fairy thing. Wait, what am I doing? After enough singing, dancing, or killing, your brain size increases and you learn the ability to join in packs. Every increase in brain size from then on allows for another member to join your pack until eventually your brain is large enough to advance into the tribal stage. The tribal stage changes it up to an RTS gameplay. There's a short intro video parodying 2001: A Space Odyssey where your creature attempts to make fire with a stick, throws it up in the air, and then the stick hits its head. Now that's comedy. You get to change how your species looks, and that throws you in the game with a tutorial showing you the new gameplay mechanics. You'll notice that it's a lot like the creature stage in a lot of ways. You run around the map, albeit much smaller, either attacking or befriending other tribes. There are far less tribes as there were species roaming the creature map, but there are still random species not developed to the tribal stage, which can be hunted and used for food, or befriended and used as pets. But wild creatures can also steal your food when you're away from your hut. Food replaces DNA points and, obviously, keeps you alive. Your main hut uses food to make babies, which in time become adults and a part of your tribe. Dad, where do babies come from? Well, son, you throw food into a hut and 5 seconds later, bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a baby. Your main hut is also where you can change your tribe's outfits with various hats, masks, armors, and detailers. Boobs. Every tribe, including yours, has a chief who is necessary for social interactions but isn't for attacks and hunts. At your hut, you create shacks for musical instruments or weapons. Weapons are used for attacking enemies in huts, and musical instruments can be used to befriend other tribes. Gifts can be given to tribes that don't like you to gain their favor and can also be received from allied tribes. Oh, and you can also dance around a fire to Mexican music. So that's nice. Anything can happen at any moment and it's hard to manage sometimes. Other tribes will come and attack you and steal all your food, and I quickly found out that my kill everything in sight days were over, as befriending at least some of the other tribes is a necessity, because if all of your tribe members die, you start over. All the way over. And that's awesome. Once you either destroy or make friends with a tribe, a totem pole is created that unlocks more tribe members or more shacks to build. You really have to think about what you're doing compared to the near mindlessness of the first two stages, and time management is very reminiscent to The Sims. Once you befriend or kill all the 5 tribes, you're ready to advance to the civilization stage. You start out your civilization stage by making your town hall. I don't know what I'm doing. That's good. The next cutscene is your species deciding, hey, let's blow some shit up. Yeah, make some tanks. You need some pie. You see, this guy has the right idea. Hashtag fireworks. Next you have to make your vehicle. Pirate ship? Check. Guns? Check. Flour? Check. Let's kick some ass. Basically, this stage is like the tribal stage on steroids. The main objective is to rule the world, and food has been replaced with actual currency called Spore bucks. It's the same RTS gameplay and controls, and you build a city and interact with other cities the same way as you did in the tribal stage. You can either be nice towards other cities or be a total dick, but it's all the same basic elements. You run around taking over spice geysers, which increase your land and currency, but to a much lesser extent than taking over a city. The map size increased slightly and there are more cities, but there's only a few things worth noting for this stage. First is that you can choose either military, the kill everything technique, the new religious tactic, which is how you ally with other cities peacefully, and the economic, which is how you set up trade routes and also buy other cities, and each class has their own tanks, boats, and planes. You unlock more ships and power-ups for destroying or allying cities, and your city is much more customizable compared to the tribal stage. You create your own houses, factories, and entertainment buildings, which placed strategically offer happiness and income. Although while running around attacking other cities, all I can think of is, hey, I'm a goddamn dragon driving a tank. And that's pretty cool. Overall, diplomacy has become more complex with communications opening up as well as trading and helping cities fight against other cities. Declaring war is really fun though. You can either try and steal their geysers or just kind of walk up to the gates and say, hey, you're fucked. And then blow everything up. As in all the other levels, it requires a good mix of good and evil to beat it and get the full experience. I didn't play this level for that long because, well... ICBM? Destroys all cities. I wonder what that does. Oh. I just nuked everyone. So I guess I'm moving on to the space stage. So the space stage starts out with a cutscene showing your species creating a spaceship. You create it like all the other crafts you've built, but using mainly the same parts, which is kinda weird. The tutorial is pretty long and really boring, and the controls for learning how to fly your ship are terrible, so flying a spaceship as a dragon really lost me. You get various tools and gadgets to scan, abduct, and kill species running around, and you finally go into space. The main goal of this stage is to earn badges. You earn badges by colonizing worlds across various galaxies, doing missions, and interacting with alien races, either good or bad. You can gain their trust by doing missions for them or paying them to like you. To create colonies on planets, you first have to terraform the entire planet to make it livable. First you place plants for the oxygen, then herbivores, then carnivores, and then when nature is all set, a civilization is ready to be placed. They're built just like the ones from the civilization stage, although I really wish they would have kept the blueprints for my buildings on the home planet. I'm not into the whole design everything all the time thing. Fun the first time, not so much the next 100 times. There's your house. Deal with it. Every badge you get unlocks more tools and a new title. Obviously the main goal is to continue flying around, exploring planets, terraforming them, and creating cities to collect spice, to trade with aliens, to get more friends, to get badges, to beat the game. Not as fun as it sounds, if it sounds fun at all. This is by far my least favorite stage, as everything is more like a chore than an actual adventure and decision making. You always have someone telling you what to do and how to do it, and it's a huge breakaway from what this game has been so far, which is having control over everything like a god game does. For the most part, it even lost its RTS element because you're just a single ship flying around doing chores. To me, the first 4 stages all had their own thing about them that I liked. The cell stage was cute and easy, the creature stage had a ton of customization and exploration, the tribal stage had the RTS element and enough happening at once to keep your focus, and the civilization stage had all the choices which made you feel in complete control. The space stage just doesn't deliver. All in all, this game is really fun and I had a ton of fun playing it. The stages may only take about 2 hours each to complete, but there's tons of planets or new games and a lot of different ways to play, so this game actually has a lot of replay value. The stages get more and more complex throughout, which makes it a lot more fun, but by the time you get to the space stage, the complexity isn't complex in the right way. It really feels like a branch away from the main gameplay as you steadily evolve throughout time, but as a game reviewer, this is simply my opinion. I'm not saying that the space stage is bad, I just didn't care for it. And besides, I wouldn't listen to me anyways. I mean, come on. Anyways, I recommend this game. It's fun and not extremely time consuming, and it'll also play on most PCs. I hope you enjoyed watching this review. I'm HappyMaskGamer, and I'll see you next time.